Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4. The members is me, Dwi Yuliyanti, NIM J0A0200049.
My name is Reynozaky NIM 29.
My name is Hernanda Pratama. My name is 34.
My name is Putri Nindita Maicintya, NIM 55.
My name is Roby Mardiantama, NIM 39.
My name is Rizki Prasetyo, NIM 556.
Berikut ini perbandingan pidato bahasa Inggris Presiden ke-6 Republik Indonesia Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono dan Presiden saat ini Joko Widodo di Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation CEO Summit tahun 2011 dan 2014.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to be here at the APEC CEO Summit this morning to address the leading business leaders in the Asia-Pacific region. The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation was launched more than 2 decades ago, and the Bogor goals were outlined in 1994 to realize a vision of free and open trade and investment in the Asia-Pacific no later than 2020. We achieved much in the last 2 decades. There has been peace, stability, prosperity, and increased economic integration. Average tariffs on goods have fallen from 16.9% to 5.5%, and intra-APEC trade increased more than 5-fold from $1.7 trillion to close to $10 trillion. In the late 1990s, the economies in the APEC region have been affected by the East Asian crisis, and many came out stronger and with sound fundamentals. This enabled Indonesia and a number of other APEC economies to weather and rebound from the recent global crisis. Hundreds of millions have also been lifted out of poverty, and the size of the middle class is growing remarkably, changing the face of the region. There is good likelihood that the 21st century may well be the Asia-Pacific century. Today, Asia-Pacific region, which connects Asia and the Americas and covers both the Pacific and Indian Ocean, is fast emerging to be the strategic and economic pivot of the world. If we can identify the way forward, what we do to ensure peace and progress in the region will also redefine the future of the world. While things are looking up, we must keep in mind that the bright Asia-Pacific century is not preordained. We must earn it every step of the way. We must build it brick by brick. Let me suggest some thoughts and ideas on how to realize the Asia-Pacific century.
Ladies and gentlemen, all CEOs, good morning. First, on behalf of Indonesian government and the people of Indonesia, I would like to thank you for your coming to my presentation. Today, I'm happy, I'm very happy to be among with you, because you know, I was a businessman years ago. So this morning, I'm very happy because we can talk about business, about investment with all of you. The picture shows you our map of Indonesia. We have population 240 million, and the distance is like from London in UK to Istanbul in Turkey. And imagine, we have 17,000 islands. 17,000 islands. Our national budget on 2015 is 167 billion US. And for fuel subsidy is 27 billion US. It's huge. So we want to channel our fuel subsidy from consumption to the productive activity, from consumptive productivity to from consumptive activity to productive activity. We want to channel our fuel subsidy to the farmer for seed, for fertilizers, and also for irrigation. And we want to build the dam, 25 dam in 5 years from our fuel subsidy to maintain the water supply to the farming area.
So from the video that we watched, we can conclude that there are several tenses in this video. Here are some of the tenses. First, there are past continuous tense. Here are the example. From Mr. SBY speech is the Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation was launched more than 2 decades ago. From Mr. Jokowi's speech is I was a businessman years ago. The text is past continuous tense because it talks about event that happened in the past for a certain time.
Next is simple past tense. Here are the example. From Mr. Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono speak, we achieved much in the last 2 decades. The text is simple past tense because it talks about past events.
The next is present perfect tense. Here are the example. 1. There has been past stability, prosperity, and increased economic integration. Number 2, the economic in the APEC region have been affected by the East Asian crisis, and many came out stronger and with sound fundamental. Both of those texts is from Mr. SBY's speech. They are present perfect because they are grammatical combination of the present tense and perfect aspect that is used to express a past event that has present consequence.
Next is present perfect continuous tense. Here are from Mr. Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono speech. Number 1, hundreds of millions have also been lifted out of poverty, and the size of the middle class is growing remarkably, changing the face of the region. 2, we must earn it every step of the way. we must build brick by brick. Let me suggest some thought and ideas on how to realize the Asia Pacific century. From Mr. Jokowi, we have 240 million population and the distance is like from London in UK to Istanbul in Turkey. The text is present perfect continuous tense because it shows an action that starts in the past and is still happening in the present.
Next is present continuous tense. Here are examples from Mr. SBY speech. The Pacific and Indian Ocean is fast emerging to be the strategic and economic pivot of the world. From Mr. Jokowi, I would like to thank you for coming to my presentation. The text is present continuous tense because it is formed by the present tense form of be and the present participle of the verb.
Next is simple present tense. Here are the examples. The picture shows you our map of Indonesia, and we want the channel to maintain the water supply to the farming area. Both of simple present tense are only from Mr. Jokowi's speech. They are simple present because the events are happening now or live. That's it from our group. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.